All right, welcome back to Stormworks Career Build Series Part 51. So I'm having some engine trouble, so I think what I'm going to do is do a full rebuild here. So I'm just going to get some stuff out of the way here. I think it's going to be easiest if I just rebuild from scratch. I might see something, um, it's I've built this super tight, and that's causing me issues where I can't really see what I'm working with, and so I think it's going to be a lot easier to try to just get in here and rebuild a new engine. So I'm going to just rip this out, get this completely broken down to the guts, and let's put symmetry on so I can start ripping out. I'm going to try to do a better design too. So this design was it was tough. It was kind of funky. There's some reasons I did it this way, but it's turning out to be tough to work with. So I'm going to keep all my connections in the wall for my cooling and everything. Pretty much just going to start with a fresh engine. Won't take long. The microcontroller's built. If there's a problem with the microcontroller, at least we'll have a better laid out, better designed engine. I think some of my fears of having balancing issues, I think, are probably a little overblown. So let's see if I can get this in here, get this nice and compact. So I think, let me look at the components here. So let's do mod for modular. Let's check weight. So belt drive's 1, so we're talking, let's say we do we had 8 cylinder, so 2, that's 2. We're talking, that's 10 weight. It's 11 weight. Yeah, so that's pretty inconsequential. The generator, I think, is the generator weighs 100. So the generator is the portion of this that really is the heaviest. So we want to make sure that's facing inward. I think the engine itself is pretty inconsequential. Let's see what the flywheel weighs. I was trying to avoid putting a flywheel on there because that weighs 100. So that'll be 200 in the stern. We'll rip out the flywheel if that becomes a problem. I'm going to kind of build it backwards. The front end of the engine is really pretty light, so I think we can operate. So I'm just going to, as you can see, building it backwards. I think this is going to give me some advantages on working on it. Flat, low to the ground is going to keep my center of gravity low, and then I can work on it from there. So let's go. Let's hopefully an 8-cylinder X pattern is going to work fine. And this is going to give me a lot more visibility so that I can see this. I want to make sure I see every element of the engine, make sure I can connect it. And I'm going to start early with trying to get this fired up and get it going. So I think this will actually take less time than if I were to start trying to reinvent the wheel. So let's go ahead and let's do starter. Okay, let's go underneath. Actually, I want it right here. Okay, so now we're back to where we were, essentially on the engine. Let's see, where is my air? Air is going to come in there. Fuel is right here. Okay, I can mate up under the flywheel. So let's do some manifolds here. I think we'll put them on the front of the engine. This will connect all the cylinder banks. All right, cylinder banks are now connected. Let's go ahead and put in go mod, and then I want to take off symmetry as well. So I'm going to do like a real express, fast as I can build here. I want this kind of back to the way it was, or working is actually where I would like it to be. I can go over. Let me go over. Okay, let me go over here. Let's do this right here. I think right here is perfect for the fuel manifold. Okay, I need to connect my two fuel tanks here. All right, so now we have our fuel is connected. Okay, fuel's on. Let's start working on trying to get the basics going here. Let me start connecting some nodes really quick. Air is gonna not hook up yet. RPS goes to the crank. Clutch goes to the clutch there. That's air. That is fuel. Fuel's gonna go right to fuel manifold there. And hopefully you'll find where it was. Air pump is presently disconnected. Cooling pumps presently disconnected. Air starter. And then I need engine composite. Okay, engine composite's connected. Okay. So let's look at that. Let's look at the center of gravity. Center of gravity moved aft a little bit, but not too bad. It's pretty good. All right, so let's get going here. All right, so that's good. Let's put, again, this isn't going to be a visible engine, so I really don't care too much about aesthetics of it. Symmetry off. Okay, so there's our air. You know, when I get that reconnected, we'll do that. Okay. Now, well, let me look at my. I'm gonna redo the way I'm doing cooling here. I was gonna leave these wall connections in, but I think I'm gonna delete them out. Oftentimes, it's good to have a fresh, escape from this to get it up. Why do I have duals there? I forget. So I have dual inlets there. Okay. Let's see what I need to work on next. Okay. So we have air, fuel. We need to do exhaust. Exhaust. Again, the more simple I can keep this, the better. We might have issues pumping exhaust out. But need be, I will put a pump. Presently, I'm just going to put a fluid port. And then if that causes me issues, I'm going to, we'll reinvestigate. But this is going to be sitting just at the dock. I want to start it up, fire this up, get it going, and then that will tell me if I'm having microcontroller problems. So right now, I don't need any cooling. I'm not going to worry about cooling. I could even do just a single loop through the ballast tanks, probably be perfectly fine. All right, so I need to hook up air. Exhaust is done. Fuel is done. So I'm just trying to get the basic elements of the engine up and running so that I can get this back in there. Let's cut this. Let's put that back on. So this is a kind of a cleaner, simpler design, which is often preferable if you're trying to get something to run without a lot of headache. Okay. Merge that in there, merge this there. Okay, so here's my air. This is going to be sitting at the dock again to start, so I don't want to even bother with pumps. I want this engine up and running. I want to know, is it something with my microcontroller or is it something with the engine? So here's a fresh engine. Let's finish all the connections here. Air. I like this design better already. It's much cleaner, much better, I think. Cooling pumps we don't need. Air pumps we don't need right now. Starter is set. So let's try this. Let me look at the merge and make sure I don't have anything looking ugly. Let's spawn it. Let's try it really quick. See if I can get it to crank up and hopefully start. Nothing. Okay. It's probably because I didn't connect any of the electricity. Yep, that makes sense. So let's go to try to see. Let's go to the direct connect to the batteries. Let's go generators go directly to the battery, or generator goes directly to the batteries. Let's see if that was our problem, that I just didn't have the electricity connected. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I didn't expect it to crank on the first try. Anyways, let's... Oh, come on. Let me get through the hell, please. Thank you. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Alright, AFR is 0. Stoik is 1. Let's check here at our air manifold. throttle point 0.0000002. Okay, so it looks like it's a microcontroller issue. If we're that low on there, let me try seeing what I can do and get. All right, so I'm gonna try some. Let me see, constant numbers. Okay, constant number. I want 2 of them, and then I'm gonna just kind of hotwire this up. So this is going to go to the, where's my air manifold? Air manifold. This is going to go to my fuel manifold. Okay. This is going to be 0.5. This is going to be 1. Okay. Let's see if I can get it to crank. I want to see if it's, you know, the throttle is super low there. So... Yep, okay. So that was our issue. We had a super low throttle number for some reason. So, 0.18, let's do 1800 on that, okay? And let's reconnect them. Let's see, will it pop off if I put 1800 on there? Let's see, modular engineer, manifold throttle. I probably should have put a minimum clamp on there. I was thinking of it at the time and I didn't do it, so that probably could have fixed it. Okay, let's see if why. Okay, it's just smoking from when I shut it down. Okay. Okay, that's running. That's gonna do a runaway because the number's so high. That's fine. Okay, so we're in business here. Let me see if I can do it with a reasonable number. 10. I'm trying to get the PID dialed in. So the PID was giving me crazy numbers. Part of it was I didn't have a baseline number. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it as, so even 0.18 is probably fine. Let's do, maybe not. Let's do 10. Let's just stay with 10. Let's go in here. And so one of the issues I think I had was, I was thinking about it at the time and I thought maybe I could do without, but I don't think I can do without, is I need to have a clamp here. It's not the ideal way to do it. So when I was talking about doing double PIDs, I might still do double PIDs. Essentially, this is going to give me, you know, this is going to give me just a number from 0 to 1 at this point. I kind of want, so let me do 0.05. 0.05 is kind of a good idle number to start with. Ideally, what I would like is to have it set as minimum RPS, maximum RPS. So there's 0 to 5. Update, confirm, spawn. Okay, let me do this. Let me try something different. Let's make that just a... Let me screw with the clamp a second here. That's... Oh, I just screwed that up. Okay, I think this connects... I think this connects here. Let me, before I screw it up, let me update this. I just screwed up something. Save, let's see, career build sub. Career build sub broken. I was going to do borked, but okay. Let's just double check something here. And I should be able to see where that connects. I think. Let's see. Yep, that does double connection. Okay, that's what I thought. I've just messed up a connection there, so I want to double check before I end up having to reinvent the wheel here. I connected my X. I connected this value to Y. It should have been X. This should be Y. Okay, let's update this. Let's try it. And then I'm gonna kind of have an idea what I want to do here. Okay, we're up running. 1.8 is a little low. That's fine. We can tune that in. And so what I want to do is I want to set this now to RPM instead of how I have it. Okay, so currently, part of the reason why that's super low is the battery's almost completely charged. And so it's going to keep bringing the throttle down because it doesn't, it's like, hey, you know, your battery's charged. You don't need all this throttle. Well, that kills your engine, so you need to set a minimum throttle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set it as RPM. And then, so I'm going to set a desired RPM. And then that should give me, and then I got to put, kind of set it there. Let me see. All right, let me try this. So 0.05 is too low. Let me try 0.1. So I'm just going to set a lowish kind of RPM value. It's not really an RPM value, but I'm essentially setting an RPM floor is what I want. See, this is going to have runaway problems, but we will fix this. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to check what it's... I forgot to put gears on the generator. That's going to be a mess. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Clutch, did I not connect the clutch? I did. Clutch is connected. Okay, I need to get this set up for RPM. All right, so. All right, so what I'm going to do is double pit it. Probably should have done that from the beginning, but I didn't, so let's move this. Okay, so this is getting moved over here. And I need another PID. So let's take this, Control C, V. Okay. Okay, straighten up. There we go. Okay, so let's make this p-value just a 1. Let's make this p-value RPM, RPS. All right, so what I want as my set point is whatever this PID goes to. What I want as my process variable is RPM, or RPS in this case is fine. Then I want to I want to clamp this. I can't send RPM there. I need to do RPM first, send it to PID second. Trying to think how to do this to get this to work right. Often I'll just do it the clutch. I'm trying to think. Yeah, trying to decide how I want to set this up. All right, so at least we found the problem. I'm just trying to decide the best way to set up this PID system. So I need a minimum value. Okay, so what the maximum value should be off of this PID. Okay, so what the maximum value off this PID should be is a value from minimum RPM to maximum RPM. So what we're going to do is take the clamp. The value should be a minimum of, let's see, 3.5 RPM. The maximum value here should be, let's say, 15 RPM. Okay, so that's going to be our minimum and maximum value RPMs. Next, we need to plug this into a second PID that's going to turn that RPM value into a, so we want that set point there. We want process variable here of, and so this is going to set this up so that it's going to keep us at a minimum value of 3.5 RPM and a maximum value of 15 RPM. And then I'm going to clamp that. I shouldn't need a clamp at that point. Let me kill it. Let me kill this clamp. Let me see. Make sure that's going to run. X, X, Y, Y goes Y, Y. Okay. So let's hope that works. That's there. I need to plug in a p-value. Let's just do a p-value here of 1. P-value of 1. P-value of 1. I could have just duplicated it, but I didn't. All right, let me see if this runs. Update that. I don't have any gearing, which is going to be what did I just click? I just clicked on something that I didn't want to click on. 1.05. Okay, that's fine. Spawn it. Let's see if I can get this to run at a minimum value of 3.5 RPM and a maximum value of 15. Okay, that's fine. You see how the numbers jumping too much? That means that the p-value is too high. Let's change this one. It's probably the first one. Let's change to 0.18 was fine, I think. 10 was definitely, or way too high. Earlier, I was just trying to get the engine up and running. Okay, so that's kicking our RPM around too much. Doesn't surprise me. Let's make this one 0.18 as well. Found that number works pretty well for this type of application. We can change it as need be. Okay, so we're up and running here. We have a good solid 189 RPM. 150 is where it restarts. Battery's currently at 99.99. Make sure we have infinite electricity off. I restarted the game. So. Okay, so we're keeping really good battery here. Let me fly into the back here and see where Let me fly into the back here and see what my gen's putting out. Generator's putting out nothing. It's because we're not clutching anything. Okay. Why is my clutch not clutching anything? That is a question for the ages here. Logic, let's make sure it's connected. Clutch. Make sure the clutch is actually going to the clutch. The clutch is going to the clutch. Okay, good. Oh, I know why. The flywheel needs to go before the clutch. So I have them backwards, which is fine. I can move them. Okay, this needs to go. Let's get the clutch first. So I'm gonna have to move some stuff. I would just put the flywheel in the wrong spot. Yeah, I gotta move all this stuff. Okay, that's fine. Let's go symmetry. We have symmetry. Let's start deleting stuff, and let's start moving stuff. Okay. This I don't want to really delete that. I just want to move it. I'm gonna try not to delete too much, so I don't have to reconnect everything. I want to just move it if I can. Okay, go up there, please. That's good. Merge that there. Okay, so the flywheel needs to move this way. That needs to go there. I need to move the whole engine, frankly, because of the. I need to move the whole engine, frankly, because of the. I need to add gearboxes. So let's move the whole engine while we're at it. Okay, there it goes there. Let's go one wider. Okay, are we down all the way? We are. Let's cut it. Let's move it back towards the rear one block. Again, this is the lighter section of the engine, so we should do all right with having. I'm going to move it 2. I think we'll be fine. We'll have to move that exhaust, but that's not a big deal. Okay, let's merge that here. Let's merge that here. The flywheel might cause us problems moving it this far aft, but I can play with that. And then what I'll do is let me get off symmetry before I cut something that's vital and I have to redo it. Let's do exhaust. Just go like this for now. If I want to change it, add a cat or whatever, I will. Okay, so I need to move the flywheel. It needs to go here. Let's cut that. Let's put that up against there. That's moving a bunch of weight aft, so we may not want or need a flywheel if it's going to cost us too much in weight. But I might be able to reballast for it. Take out some batteries. We have plenty of batteries. All right, gearboxes. Okay, we want to face them towards the engine. I'm just going to do them pretty light here. Let's do 1-1s, and then we'll see what happens, and then I can change that up. All right, so fuel needs to go. Okay, will that go over the flywheel? It should. Okay, that goes right over the flywheel, fine. Let's go down here. Okay, and then I will go across and hook it up to the tanks. Okay. Symmetry there. This makes that a little bit more symmetrical as well. Okay, so fuel is reconnected at this point. Air needs to be connected there. That's not too bad of a move. Okay, go out to the ceiling, take that off, symmetry off, and then get rid of that. Okay, that's straight there, and let's go to a... All right, so we have air's hooked up exhaust, fuel. I don't think we missed anything here. Check the merges. Okay, let's spawn it and try it. Okay, so that's double pitted so that it essentially converting our ones and zeros into, or first it converts it into RPS. Okay, so that's usually the p-value being too low because of that constant restart. You know, it's probably applying the clutch as well, so that's adding some resistance on there. Stop doing the restart business. So. Okay, so throttle is good. Flywheel's moving at 2.5 RPS. Gen's producing a very pitiful amount, but we're at 100% battery. We don't need much. So that's fine. All right. So let's listen to this. We're all sealed up. So let's get going here. Yeah, see the flywheel's adding a ton of weight in the back. We probably don't need the flywheel. I'll probably get rid of it and move the engine forward a couple blocks. Okay, let's get moving here. I'm just trying to get some load on these engines. All right, so this will be a good test if I need pumps for my air. So we should see this start to throttle up as our battery drops. The PID's going to say, hey, I need more energy. So this is running right at idle. 150 is idle. So I need to up that 3.5 is fine normally, but we have that with the way this is set up, we have that running a little low. So so if this gives us ample generation, which it should, I can up the speed of this too. Yeah, see, like we're barely breaking anything. Let's do this. Okay, let's go in here. This is going to be a little tedious here. Actually, I could probably just do a couple. Let's turn, so we have 5 batteries on each side, it looks like. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 batteries. So we're turning down 33% of the batteries to 0. That should tell that, hey, we're way down on battery. Turn that engine up. Okay. So right there, we're already down to 86% battery. So let's see if this throttles us up more. Okay, it took it a second to catch up before, so let's let it have its time. Okay, so it's eating battery like crazy now. Why is this reading 70 and that one's reading 0.66? That's what I want to know. That should be increasing the thrust to accommodate. I made a ton of generators. I'm probably just forgetting to make some silly little mistakes. Alright, so as you can see, the RPM value is going up. Let's try to account for it. It's just... Yeah, see, we're not losing a ton of electricity, but it's not throttling up as fast as I would like. All right, so I think that's a p-value issue. Let's go in here. Let's make these 1s, and let's see how it behaves. Let's see if it gets its act together and starts throttling more. Okay. And see if it gets its act together and starts throttling us up more. If the p-value is too low, it can never throttle up enough. See, it's already cranking the throttle more, it seems. Okay. So it's cranking the RPM. You can see that's going up slowly, very slowly. It's still losing electricity. Yeah, still dropping electricity. I want to know why this is at 66 and this is, which is reading off the battery, is reading at 69. Alright, so let's go back and read what the throttle's doing. I want to see what the throttle's telling our motor to go to. Why it's not giving me what I want. Alright, so modular air manifold. Still low. Alright, so stoic is good. Exhaust is good. Manifold's good. So it's running at a very low throttle. Let's just dump some p-value in here. So I'm going to go with the first. Let me look in there. I want to do it before I crank something up. Okay, which one is the first p-value is the RPS. Okay, let me make sure that's set to RPS. So that's battery. Okay, this is part of my problem here, I think. Yeah, this is, no, that's fine. That's telling me I went through. No, that's working the way I intended. Let me go here to this. Let me just make that 10 times. Let's try it. Let's see if I can get this engine cranked up nicely. Alright, so we're still losing battery. I'm going to just do a crazy number. Do 100, do 10 times more there, see if I can get this. I'm moving up a tenth at a time, seeing if I can get these to move in an efficient way here. Okay, I bet that just completely put in ridiculous numbers on my... Get out of the wall. I hate it when it sticks you in the wall. I'm trying to get in the... Okay, this is being a pain. Okay. So let's do 20. It's kind of annoying having it running off the bat, but that's burning electricity, which I need it to do. Okay, see the RPM's going up higher now. Okay, there it goes. We're starting to go up. It's climbing to try to do it. If we look down at our electricity, it's still falling, but we're starting to get there where it's trying to move itself. Okay, so we're starting to go in the right direction here. Okay, let's start playing with it. All right, so we have an effective system kind of running. So let's go, I'm just going to go right to 2-1-2-1. I'm going to try to get a 4-to-1 gear ratio going on this generator. I'm going to stick a dial in the cab. I want to see what the output is. We don't really care about the output too much. We care about if it's discharging or charging, really. So that's going to be the gauge. I just need to fill out the formula for that. Generator output right there. Let me see. Electricity. I want to make sure this is connected to the battery system. It is. Okay. Because that would be ugly if I forgot to connect it, and that's no wonder we're not charging. So, all right. So whatever number I put in there, there's 20 maybe. Seems to be working much better. So this should be putting a lot more, making a lot more energy, but it's going to make the engine have to rev up. Okay, here goes the engine trying to rev up. Alright, it's the clutch, so it looks like it's too much load on it. I really want to be able to get back there and see, but it's hit or miss. Okay, there we go. So let's watch the clutch. Okay, I can never get much clutch in there. That's too much load on the engine, it's stalling the engine. Yeah, it's stalling the engine. That's way too much. So let's go. All right, let's go 1-to-1 clutch here. All right, let me try it now. Need to figure out what I can do for that. We might want to do like a... The mediums are the most efficient, so that's why I'm using it. See where we're at here. 13, 14. Okay, look, if you look at the electricity, see it's building. Alright, so we're starting to get where we're making electricity here. Where we're raising electricity here. Okay, it's throttling up. It's still in a nice low RPM, 300 RPM. Battery value is... So I think it's because I'm reading off one battery. That bottom electric is giving me the total electrical electricity in the system. So I'm probably going to have to add them together to get the same number. So that kind of the stuttering it does in the beginning, that's it trying to overcome the flywheel. You see where the clutch is at here. Okay, the clutch is at 5. Okay, why is it reading a clutch of 5? That should be capped to 1. Okay, so we're at 5 RPS here. And we're making 11 there. We're generating 29, which is building electricity slowly. Let's see what we need to see what the fuel's at. Okay, so this is about max output right here. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the engine a little bit bigger. Get rid of a gearbox. We have more than enough gearbox in there. We have not enough engine, it appears. Okay, and I can tell that because I have it at 2-to-1. I really ideally want it as high as I can get it. And, you know, I can't get this throttle all the way up, so... You know, it was at pretty much max throttle. It's just running at 5 RPS. What's that at? 2-1. All right, let's delete this. Let's turn this to 3-1. Let's get the most out of one gearbox as we can get. Let's go this and this. Move these two. Cut that and push it there. Okay, let's grab... Okie doke. Come on, help me out here. Let's just grab what I asked for. There we go. All right, that is good there. Let's... I don't want to copy all that. I'm going to copy it anyways, and I'll just delete it. Nope. Cancel that. Let's cut this. Cut that, move that there. Paste that, move this here. Paste that, merge these together. And so then I'm going to delete out, if I can get there. I want to delete that. I want to delete that, and then I'm going to hook to the old one here. I'll hook to this set here. Okay, there we go. That's better. We still have place for. We have a lot more space now too. This is much more reasonable and compact. The clutch, for some reason, is not clamped. It's going up to 5. So I need to get to clutch. Yeah, it's disabled. I had enabled it at one point, and then I somehow screwed it up and forgot to re-enable it. Okay, let's spawn this. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. All right, where are we at? We're at 86% battery, 83, 82. See, that one battery is going to read everything, and it's going to drop down. That's giving us an accurate representation of, I think, of all 12 batteries. What are you doing? The fuel. I didn't connect fuel again. Or exhaust. These are the issues we have. Okay, this is fine. That's exhaust. Let's leave that exhaust where it is. That's still connected in there. I kind of want to put a cat on there, but I'll do that later. I do need to connect fuel, though. Fuel is important, so let's do that. Let's go like this. Okay, one more. All right, actually helps if you connect all your stuff. What did I lose here? A wedge on the bottom. The whole game minimized. I don't care right now. Okay, let's spawn it, and let's try to get this going. All right, so we can do a depth test now that the engine's running on that. Okay, so what's happening is I'm reading off one battery and sending it to this gauge. So this is dropping precipitously, and then this is already down to 66% and dropping less precipitously because it's essentially trying to equalize all the batteries. So what I want to do is I need to add up all the batteries and give me an accurate reading. Oh, crap, what am I doing? I'm rotating in place, and it's... Okay, let me take the trim off. This is just causing me problems with the trim on. Okay. I'm just trying to get some load on the electricity. Okay, so let's reverse. Let's start it up. Let it start running. Okay, there we are. We're running. It's amazing when you hook everything up. What'll do. I'm going to go ahead and start sending that winch out. See what this is running at. That's running at 31. That's our best so far. And we're running at a pretty low RPM. I think if I start dropping down that clutch, you know, I know if I drop down that clutch, we'll be able to get better. Let's start adding some ballast water in here. Let's do, I think we're at 3,700 or something. 35, let's start to do 3,500 liters in there. Let that start filling my tanks up. So temp's gonna go out of control just because, you know, I don't have any cooling, but we'll cool that. I need a cat. I don't want smoke blasting out of this sucker. Alright, so that's breathing fine currently with the with that hose all the way out there. Alright, so we probably have too much gear on there because I think this is running at 100% throttle. And as you can see, our RPM is down to 229. So we'll be able to produce more electricity if we go to a lower gear ratio. So I'll step that down to like a 2-to-1 or something, see what I can get. Those medium generators are no joke. They require a lot of power to turn, but they are efficient. So definitely I could go fast. I could increase my thrust on my engines if I can get this power generation under control. Okay, so if you look, the power generation there. Okay, this is Mad Max. All right, the power generation here is going up. We're making electricity. Yep, we're making electricity. See, they finally equalized pretty much, and that's because the battery I'm reading off of is sharing all is essentially they're trying to level out, and then now they're leveled. All right, so we are producing electricity, producing ample electricity to run most of our systems. Okay. All right, so let's recall this. Let's drop this gear ratio down to, let's try 2 to 1. Okay. Let's spawn this. This is starting to get a little expensive. It's 38,000. We haven't put in some of the systems yet. It's not a big deal. It's just that, you know, we have plenty of money. We've learned how to make money in the career save, so. All right, so we were around 31 generation SWATs. So it takes it a second for the clutch to fully engage and for it to get the flywheel spun up, and then it will start to give us some power here. We're at 24 there. Let's go ahead and go down to 3,500 ballast. All right, so it's, as you can see, it's climbing up on RPM. That's because we reduced the load by decreasing the gearbox ratio, the gear ratio. All right, we are gaining electricity. Where are we at now? Okay, it's trying to, I think it's trying to do full clutch here. Yeah, it's dancing because of the clutch, I think. All right, so I'm gonna want to start dialing in that P value better. Okay, so this is, we're making progress on this. All right, so this is starting to get to where it's working pretty well. We're getting to the tuning phase, essentially. We need to start tuning these PIDs up. So I'm going to start doing that. All right, so I want to put in I have 2 spots, beautiful. Okay, so that's there, that's there. This is going to be number input P1. P1 is going to be our first PID, number input P2. P2 is going to be our second PID. Let's get those connected here. There's P2, there's P1. Let's go P1 here, P2 here. So we're running 20 and a 1. Hopefully I don't have to run that high of a number either. I don't like running that high of a number if I don't have to. All right, let's put 2 keypads in here. These can go. These were controlling the winch. All right, so I need to remember everything needs to be hooked up to electricity, so that wasn't. You gotta be kidding me. Do I have infinite electricity on? If I have infinite electricity on, I'm gonna be very sad. Let's go P1. Let's go P2. Doesn't really matter. I was making electricity anyways. Logic P1 can go to P1. So what we're doing here is we are connecting this up to the P value on our PIDs, and I'm going to manually control them by hand and make sure all this is behaving. So I want to keep it under load. Let me see. Infinite electricity is off. I don't know how that gauge was running with infinite electricity off, but it appeared to be running. Okay. Let's put this as a 1 and a 1 to start with. Alright, that's starting to add clutch. So because it's adding clutch, that's going to add some load, which is then going to try to counteract. Okay, so it seems like... Let me see, how are we looking on battery? Okay, let's start increasing this. Let's do 10. We get no movement. Let's do 20. 20 was where we were at. Alright, see it jumping around. Let's do 18. 18's powering up. 18's powering up nicely. Let's see where we're at here. That's jumping around again. Let's go 15. Alright, so let me get back there. I want to look at my throttles and see what they're doing. I should put dials in here. I need to kind of visually see what they're doing to know how to set them up. I know this is probably pretty boring, but okay, see how it's doing negative, negative, positive, negative, positive? Okay. Okay, so I need a clamp in there so it's not doing that dancing nonsense. Alright, so I'm going to clamp off this here. I thought I had a clamp. That would be part of the reason why it's misbehaving, is it needs to be clamped out here. Alright, so this needs to go from 0 to 1. Let's do 0.05 to 1. Okay, let's update that and let's try to dial these in now. Okay, so the reason I was doing that is it was, as you saw with the fuel throttle, or the air throttle, it was going negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. And so that was not, I couldn't ever dial in my numbers if it was dancing like that, like crazy. Did I close that? I did, okay. Okay, so let's line this up. Let's start this at 1. Let's start this test over again. I needed that clamp in there. Alright, I'm going to make a generator system and that I can just copy from now on. It's just takes me a while to set it up. Yeah, they improve every time, and that's usually why I don't like to do it. Is because I end up improving on my stuff every time, and then... Okay, so see how slow this is moving? See, it's that third decimal place there that's moving. So I want to try to get that up. So let's go back to 20. 20 was starting to give me some motion. Okay, so see now it's moving up quite a bit. Okay, what's my generation at now? See how this is steady and it's not dancing around like crazy? That's what we want. There we go. Okay, so that clamp really was screwing us up. Let's look at our electricity. We're going to look at the bottom number. They should be close, but as you can see, we're gaining. So that's 66% of the battery. So it'd be, so that's 66%, and we're moving it, 2 decimal places past that, which is fine. We're building is all that matters. Let's check the, I want to check essentially the air or the fuel, see where they're at. That's 0.35, that's fine. So this means we have extra engine power available. Yeah, see how that's not at 100%? That means we have extra engine power available. Alright, so we need a cat. Yep, so we need a cat to get this, to not smoke on us, which is fine. Okay. Alright, I just need this up and running so that I can then do some depth tests. Alright. Alright, so that's starting to run nicely. Okay, it took a little bit of while to get it tuned in, but I think we're there now. Okay, where can I put a cat in? Okay, so this could go and be replaced with this fluid here. I just need enough space to put a cat in. catalytic converter so that I can get rid of some smoke. I don't want the smoke. All right, so I can go, nope, that's, here, let's do this. Copy this here. Actually, I don't want to copy that. I want to delete this. Let's do exhaust, straight exhaust here. Okay, we'll do a curved pipe, elbow pipe there, and then we'll do a cat. We'll do a cat right here, try to get rid of smoke. Well, let's do another elbow. Okay, that hopefully get rid of the smoke. Battery, I need to add all the batteries together, so let's do a battery add here. It's going to be more accurate for me. Total battery. Okay. I have, what do I have? 12. So what's that? 3 by 3 is not going to cut it. 3 by 4. And I need to report it. So, yeah, let's just do that. Okay. Number P1. Number P2. P2. Number P3, as you can see. P3. It's supposed to be an input. My mouse is misbehaving. Number P4. Number input P4. Number P5. Okay, P5. So this is going to be for port. We have 6 batteries on either side, so we need 12 of these to add them all together. It's kind of a pain, but it's you know, giving us a lot of battery power, and I want accurate numbers here. P6. Okay, and so I'm just going to change the shape of this. I kind of wanted it to be, we go there. So what's that? That is 6 there, and then one more row. Oh, come on, like that. Let's just make it like that. All right. My mouse is really driving me nuts. Let me see. Number input. S1 is for starboard 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. S3. Okay, here's S6, and then we're going to send out the total number. S6. And then there's going to be total number output, total bat. Total bat. Okay. So we're just going to line all these up, add them all together, and that will give us a total. So that's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's perfect. That will be our next 6 will be there. How did I miscount these? What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, 6. That's fine. I know why they're miscounted. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that's all set up, and this is just going to be the final battery total. All right, update that. Okay, logic. This is going to go to here where it says battery. Where's battery? Battery. That's we're going to count them all up. So we have P1. So we're going to go forward and top is the beginning. So that's P1. What's it? P2. P3 is going to be forward in this one. P4. P5. All right, could you please help me there? Yeah, P4, P5. Okay, let's do S's. S1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so that's going to be my battery totals there. That's going to also feed that back into this gauge, this dial here. So that'll give me a more accurate battery where I'm at. All right, so that we have the generator up and running. Let's do a depth test. So I want to send this low, and I want to see if let me try to see where I can send this low. Okay, so that's saved. Let's go to map really quick. I want to get this set up. Is there a place I can launch this that drops off like crazy? Is there depth? I don't think we have a depth. I think the oil rig, there's a this one here. I think that one's pretty low. Maybe fast travel there. You try launching it here. See, I'm gonna put in a depth gauge too. Okay. Okay. So I want to. Okay, let me drop this. I can't drop this. This is building, right? I think I build here. Yeah, that's the building workbench. I need the other one. Can I build a workbench? I don't know. I've never built anything in game. God damn. Okay. I'm trying to just find the deepest port so I don't have to drive out to it. I don't mind driving a little bit, but I want to. This should be able to get to depth a little bit faster. Okay. This is the workbench I want. Okay. All right, so that's there. Let's move this up to the top here. Okay, I want a depth gauge, so let me grab. Doesn't matter where I put it. Let's stick it back here somewhere. Kind of want to stick it where it's not. It's going to be in the middle of a wall where it doesn't interfere with anything like there. Distance. Actually, I want altimeter. Altimeter. No, that's going to tell me my current altitude. I want a distance gauge. I want to see what the... No, I don't. I want a distance gauge to show me the distance from the ground, and I want an altimeter to show me the how far I am underwater. Okay, there's the two gauges I want. Okay, so that's generator output. We're going to add to these. Just put this here. What is that going to? Oh, that was the hinge that I no longer have on there. All right, that is dist. This is alt. Okay, good. Let's go logic, electricity. Power those up. Okay, altimeter is going to go to the front one, I believe, is altimeter. Yep, and this is... Okay, I thought you were distance gauge sensor. Distance sensor. All right, logic, distance. Two altimeters. Okay, okay, that's set up. Let's see. I think these need electricity. Yeah, one of them needs electricity. Distance sensor needs it. Okay, spawn. All right, let's get going here. I want to get out to some nice deep water and try to see. I'm not stuck in the roof, okay? Just ignore that. Okay, let's try to get out, start heading out deep. So that's heading inland. Let's head over here. Okay, let me do this really quick. My thrusters, I have them limited in the rear. They're these here. Let me delimit them essentially. Let me go to 100%. Okay, so if we look here at our port and starboard pusher, these are limited to 30%. Let's up those. Let me up the W value to 1. So I want to be able to go max speed. Okay. I just want to be able to go max speed so that I can get out of here and get to deep water. Alright, so we're a little bit tail heavy at the moment. We certainly may not need that flywheel. If we don't need it, I'm going to take it out, or I'll change up some weight. I changed them to 0.1, I think, instead of changing them to actually 1. Yeah. Okay. 1. 1. Okay, update. There we go. That would be why. I was wondering, why am I going slower when I just increased it by a considerable amount? It's going to be fast now. If I can charge it at this speed, we're good. But that's the rub, is charging it. Oh, come on, get on. I'm going to have to fly to get on the sucker. It's going too fast. Okay. Alright, we're up to a good speed. I should have put a gauge on while I was here. Okay, let's do a turn. It's going to be kind of like a handbrake turn. That left screw will not decrease at this point now. But the starboard screw will decrease by like 70%. What I need to do is change that as well so that I can do a full turn amount. See, it's allowing me to go down 70. It's not allowing me to go all the way down to 0. Okay, but we're going fast now, so this is good. Let's check our gauges here. Distance, altimeter is negative. That's fine. That's showing 7 meters to the ocean floor, so let's head out. Try to head out deep to get going here. All right, let's start sending this out. Oh, I didn't divide by the number, so I need to divide it. So it's 7. That's typical. I need to divide that. That's why it's gonna be messed up. Let me grab it before it's too bad. Okay, let me change this to. Let's add that distance while we're here to -1. 1. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Linear speed. Come on, man. Linear speed. Okay, I'm gonna do. I want knots as well, so I don't think that's going to anything anymore. All right. Let's see. Logic, electricity, connect. I'll do a function. I want. I'm just gonna multiply it by 2. That will give me approximate knots. Okay. Are we ready now? What? Okay. Alright, so now this should hopefully give me the ability to turn because I've changed that number. Yeah, see, I can put that starboard screw now even in reverse, which before I couldn't. There we go. Okay. Let's see what the speed's doing. So about currently going about 5 meters per second, so we're going 10 knots. That's not a bad speed. It's pretty fast. Start. Did I have to still do these? I think I didn't put in numbers here. God damn it. So this one's 1. I don't think I fixed these. I forgot what they were too. I think let's try 20. I meant to edit that. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. It's a mess. It happens constantly. Okay, here we go. So the total number here needs to be divided by the total number of batteries. So x divided by 12. There's 12 batteries. Okay, there we go. That was one of the things that I forgot. I knew as soon as I got out there and checked the gauge, I would know exactly why I had stopped and gone back. I did the secondary thing, which was the speedo. The main thing was to get the battery gauge fixed. 66% charge. Okay, so these numbers should match. Okay, see they match the top value and the bottom value. That's essentially what that's doing, is averaging it. I know I made a huge panel to do that, but I don't like having to look at the information thing. Send that out. That would have screwed up the generator too. It wouldn't have known how to read the number. Still gonna not know how to read the number because it's not set up to read in hundredths. So this is not set up to read in hundredths. This is set up to read as 1. That fixes that. All right, we're making progress here. I'm just causing myself a ton of anguish here trying to remember everything. It's getting late. Okay, here we go. All right, I just want to get some progress on this. All right, so we're doing a good like 10 knots. That's definitely good. I'm happy with that. That's, you know, we don't need a sub to go, you know, insane speed. You need to go reasonable speed. What I need to do is find some deep water here, because I want to get onto this. This new content here. Okay, let's start going down. We have a depth of 6 meters. Let's start putting in, make sure these are entered in 20. So I can start my generator up 1. And I'll edit these as necessary. Start putting in some water ballast. What am I making? Okay, I'm making 70 S-watts. That's more like it. That's going to start. Yeah, that's building up electricity. That's working better. Okay, here we go. Trying to head. Okay, I'm going to head to the marker there. That hopefully should give me some good depth. Alright, so currently we have 10 meters below. We're starting to go below the water here. I need to set it up so that when it reaches like 99 meters, it stops trying to send it out, because, you know, it's a max distance. Alright, so I should be able to increase the gear ratio now. So we're at 20 and we're at 1. So I'm going to write those down. That's going to be my PID numbers. Or stick with those. 20 and 1. Okay, 4,000. We're approaching neutral buoyancy. Let's go. We can go like 20, so we can do 40, 52. So let's do 4,500. Take on 500 more liters. See if that sinks us. All right, so as you can see, that's the maximum lengths of the buoy we have. So we should be able to go pretty deep with that. We go 100 meters. That's 100 meters depth right there with that buoy. All right, we're starting to go under now. Start heading over. Let's see what our depth gauge is at. 20 meters. We're going still around in the neighborhood of like, 8-ish something knots. Again, this is not designed to scream. So we're still breathing. We're still taking in plenty of air. We're pumping out plenty of exhaust. We're not very deep though. With that 100 meters of line out or hose out. Okay, engines. Okay, engine's starting to slow down. So this could be the exhaust having issues. What's our depth? Altitude's 8 meters below. Okay, let me check on that. I need to know what that is. If it's exhaust, that's a pump issue. Could very well be exhaust. Okay, where is it? Exhaust is 0, so we need probably a large pump on that exhaust. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. All right. So that's what this test was all about, was getting out here and figuring this out. Okay, so let's try a large pump on that exhaust. Let's edit the vehicle. Let's also go in here to the seat. Let's go down here to the trim and turn that to a 0. Okay. All right, so we need a large pump probably on that exhaust to get the exhaust blown out. We need blow our exhaust out, or else we're probably not going to be able to get it down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this and just put in a block. Okay. And then I'm going to route this. Actually, let's undo that. Okay, that's fine like that. Let's do a pump. Okay, we kind of knew this was probably going to happen where, I had taken all the pumps out and then I need to put them all back. So let me just go ahead and do some of that. Okay. So where are we headed here? That's fine. Let me put it ahead of the... can't fit it anywhere here on the ground where it's not going to be in the way. Yeah, so that's going to have to be on the wall, I think. Can this fit here like this? Not without interfering with something. Yeah, so it's going to just put it on the wall here. Okay. Okay, so we want to pump this exhaust out with our pump. That's going to give us the pressure we need to get this to come back. I'm just going to try to set up a better system here. Yeah, I'm going to set up a better system here. Okay, we have at least a block. That gives us one block there. Okay, good. That's what we want. And that goes down there. Okay. exhaust like this. So the air seems fine so far. We might run into air issues, but presently we're not. So let's put a cat here. And then we'll pump out the air, or pump out the exhaust rather. Okay, so we weren't very deep when we lost the ability to pump, but that was kind of expected. Okay. All right, so let's go. I'm not going to worry about cooling pumps at the moment. I want air pump. I don't have an air pump. Air pump can do the exhaust pump. I just need that on when I'm going. Okay. So I'm going to start getting going here. Okay. All right, I'm going to start up the engine. Still didn't fill out those numbers yet, so it's not going to do anything if I don't put the numbers in the PID. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so we can go all the way up to like 100 S-watts, so that's nice. Arrgh! If I don't hook up the pump to electricity, it's not going to do anything. Alright, we'll finish this up in a second here, and I'll call that it for the video. But so we made some good progress this video, I think. We do a last little bit of test. I think I've actually not forgotten everything, but I'm forgetting everything, so it's probably a good time to take a break. But I want to just finish this test up. I want to try to get it a little bit low. Every time I try to end up, you know, below the ocean, I end up with issues here. Let's do 4,500. I end up forgetting something, and okay, it's making smoke despite having a cat on there. But it's running, so try to get rid of smoke later. Alright, so I'm taking on ballast water, bringing that up. Battery is climbing, which is what we need from our generator. We got the generator situated. We went from having some issues to getting going here, and it was all the issue with the way I set up the PIDs. You know, I haven't set up a generator in a little while, so I kind of forgot the best ways to do it, and so I came up with some better ways. One reason I remake microcontrollers every time is I learn something every time, and plus for these career builds, I want people to be able to learn something from them. So see me build it, it's a little bit, you know, when I just import something, it's kind of tough to know what I'm doing there. Alright, so that was the submarine base. I could have launched one from inside. Okay, so now I'm on the bottom, so 45's 200 is too much. 4,300 is going to probably, let's see if I can drop 200 liters and get back to neutral buoyancy. So what am I at depth-wise? I am at 10 meters. Yeah, I'm 10 meters below the water. Up, I snagged something on the ground here. I'm going to force myself up. I'm climbing too, which is... There we go. Oh, the microcontroller is probably snagged in the ground. Okay, so I'm still... am I negatively buoyant? Probably just a little bit. Alright, here we go. So it's got a good little speed to it. It's not, you know, it's not crazy fast. It's, you know, doing a little bit better than 8 knots. Doing a little bit better than 8 knots, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. I don't want this to scream. I want it to be realistic, but I also want to be able to take it out on the barge. So the plan is to load this up on the barge. I'm going to build a crane for the barge to launch this. So we'll actually take Vrigeau, the barge, and the sub down to the area here. And we'll test it out. Some wrecks here. What's that? I haven't looked at anything really. Gilman Scuttle, Lair of Mobius, Cavern of Thales, Lorg's Cove, Eggnog Cave, Terra Ruins, Anston, Mount Trapdoor, Root and Tootin' Rock, Mount GB Danny, Mount Murtac, Mount Spider, Mount Geronimo, Cod Cape. So it's nice to see Cod got one. G Tugs Peak, that's nice to see them and Sid get that as well. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to start doing my test here. Let me add a little water. So let's do 4,400. Take 100 liters on, see if we can get neutrally buoyant. What's the depth here? 16 meters below me. So we're building up electricity nicely. We're using a lot of electricity, plus we're still building, so that's ideal. Alright, so I'm just gonna go back to, I put 400 in there. No wonder that's doing, I'm tired. 4,500, please. Thank you. I just dumped my ballast and wonder why I'm at this top still. Alright. So we're starting to get into proper deep water here. We have 38 meters below me. Let's go 4,700 here. Want to get down. Alright, we're pretty much... Oh, what's that? Fish. Close. I'm going to push down with the props. I want to accelerate this process. Just doing a test here, and then I can end the video. Made some good progress. Still running nicely. Let's see what's our depth currently. 26 meters below. We do 4,800. I'd like to get rid of the smoke, but... So we have more than enough airline, certainly. Still pumping good exhaust. Battery's still climbing, really good. Alright, so this is starting to get us where we need to be here to, every time I put my head on the water, I can't hear my engine. I'm afraid it went out. Alright, so we're probably not going to lose air until we, okay, here we go. That's 45 meters. I'm more than happy if that is my distance where I can't do it anymore. I can't tell. Let me fly. I'm trying to figure something out here. Okay, so it's definitely, I think, the exhaust, because as you can see, the as you can see, the buoy is still well above. It's slowing down, but it's not dead. Okay, let me do a test. I want to see... okay, that's losing. Let's reducing throttle there. So let me see. I definitely don't think my battery's all the way up. Yeah, I'm still burning battery at a pretty healthy rate. But we didn't start at full. We started on 60%. We built up to 70. So this will give us the ability to go down, do some stuff, come back up. We have a lot of battery on here, so should be fine with it. I can't see the buoy anymore. It's too far out of my view to... Here, let me do this. Okay, so I can see the buoy now if I fly with the cam. So as you can see, you know, the buoy is still above water. So that's about as probably as, you know. We're still building battery. They're losing a little there. All right, let me go 5,000. I'm going to fill my tanks max is what I want to do. So I just put a million numbers in there. Okay, so let's see what my max numbers are. Eventually, when I pull that underwater, it's going to swamp the air and it will die. Yeah, see, it's dying now. So 2676 is my max on either side. So what's that? It's 52, 5360, something like that. So 5300. Okay, so this is going to keep restarting. So I'm going to shut it. I'm going to winch in. So we are, we have our buoy is, what's our depth? Nice, 93 meters, so that makes sense. We're starting to get, I don't think we actually choked it out. I think we just, I think our exhaust is done. So we're burning battery somewhat quick, but it's not terrible either. We're also dragging in the buoy, so. All right, we're at the bottom. Just touched down, so I'm going to drop off a little bit here. Let's try to see if I can pump out. So I want 5,200. So may not be able to pump out. Yeah, so we're too low to pump out, which is fine because we have enough engine power that I should be able to get back up. So we do need to worry about electricity because that's going to be what's going to push us to a height where I can get out, get that out. Okay, so presently at 114. I'm just going to come off the water a little bit. Or off the bottom a little bit, rather. Off the water. Off the bottom a little bit here. So see, I can easily ascend with power. You know, so everybody's saying, oh, you need to be able to blow your ballast tanks. No, yeah, it'd be great, but you can't. So just deal with it, you know. We have a fun sub without it. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, this is reeling in. I'm still not getting a reading on my cable length there. Okay, so the cable's almost all the way in. Grab a photo. I'll put that on the Discord right now. So that's okay, so this is good. Let's do one more test while I'm here. I want to stop my forward momentum. We'll get that winch all the way in, and I'm going to take an excursion out. I think I have player damages off. Okay, so winch is all the way in. Let's take one more photo with the winch in. There we go. Okay, nice. All right, so let's get out of our seat. Let's go in the airlock. Top door is locked. It is, as indicated by here. Start to fill. It locked the cockpit door. Here comes the water. So we'll put diving suits in here. All right. And I think I'm going to put an indicator up here because we always float to the top. But as you can see, I'll see the indicator there too when it goes out. There we go. the upper hatch unlocked. I'm going to swim down so I can activate it. There we go. And we are out. So as you can see, we can swim around. Let's take a photo now that I have my player out. The character is out. Okay, it's not showing the bottom there for a second. Alright, let's get back in. Nice little trip, nice little excursion there. Yeah. Swim in here. There you go, buddy. Okay, just get in. There we go. Okay, that's closed. Let's see if I can pump. So the first click does nothing, the second click will do it. So, yep, we're done draining. That goes in and out of the ballast tanks. So we're not fighting all the pressure from outside. As you can see, we're not fighting the pressure, we're fighting the ballast tank. So this should work. Let me see if it is. Might have a snag here. Oh, you know what it is? I think I know what it is. This here is, I have the ballast tanks on. So they're trying to pump out. No, I mean, that can't be it. I don't think that's it. Let me see. Let me see where this is at. Okay, so this isn't pumping me out. Okay, that's a good test. This is a test we want to do, so let's see. So we're stuck at 1335. Okay, make sure I didn't triple click this or something. Okay, that's fine. Click one more time, we'll fill it. It's gonna fill it. Okay, let's empty it. Double click it to empty it. That's because I want the pumps off. Okay, so, oh, you know what it is? No, it took from the tanks. If it takes from the tanks, it should be not fighting the water pressure. Okay, so we're stuck in here for now until I figure this out. That's fine. Let me try to cycle the ballast tanks here. And let's go ballast to 0. And will that allow me to do this? Because I need to pump back in the ballast tanks. I wonder if it fought the valve. And okay, so I might need to completely block out the ballast tanks when the... you know what, it probably was... No, that couldn't be it either. I'm trying to think. I had full ballast tanks. It should have pumped the water in from the ballast tanks there, and then it's trying to ballast out. So, okay, so I need to figure that out. That's going to be on the to-do list. All right, so let's do one last quick test. Let me see if I can ascend from the bottom of the ocean. Infinite electricity is off. I have 67% of the battery here. I might not be able to with the center section full. Let me see if I can get pushing enough to do it. Okay, so I can't use maximum ballast. I think maximum ballast is caused me problems where I couldn't put water back in the tanks. Alright, so I put too much, so my ballast tanks can't take on full water when we're underneath. Also, my battery's on the low end, so that's going to probably cause some issues. What are we at here? 129 meters, so yeah, we don't have enough to get ourselves there. So, okay, so this is a good learning experience. So I think I have to make sure I lock out my ballast tanks so that I have enough to put all the water in. So what I need to do is leave enough space in the ballast tanks to so essentially leave enough space in the ballast tank to accommodate for the water. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do. So that was, so I'll do one last super quick test and then we'll be ready. Okay, so let me spawn this here. Okay. So I'm just going to, I can do that in the workbench. I'm going to test the capacities here. And I need to leave enough air volume that Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to test the capacities. So I need to know what this... okay, I'm going to have to jump in and check it. Okay, that's fine. Let me jump in here. And I'm going to check my airlock capacity, which is 1578. Okay. And then I'm going to check my tank capacities. So we have 1578, and these are what? Okay, fluid meter, those are 2640. Okay. 1578, 2640. All right, let me write that down. Okay, so 2640 for my mains, 2640 and 1578. Okay, so I need to essentially, let me do I'll bring it up. Don't crash the game. Okay, thank you. Let's see. 1578 divided by 2 is 789. So I need to keep 789 free gallons, or liters. What I did was I pumped my ballast tanks to 100%. So I had no way to put the water to get the water out of here, and they kept filling up. So what I need to do is put a lockout. So I'm going to take 789. I'm going to take 2640, which is the capacity of ballast tanks, minus 789. Okay, so I can fill up the tanks to 1851 and still be able to resurface. So that's fine. I can increase the volume of the ballast tanks if need be by putting in wedges. So I'm just going to do a quick lockout here on this. So what I'm going to do here is if I look at my... where is the desired depth here? There is desired ballast. What I'm going to do is clamp this. All right, so the desired ballast can go from 0 to whatever number I just deleted on the calculator. 16 something. I have to do it on my phone calculator. So 2640 minus 780, was it 789? 1851. So 1850 we'll say. So the maximum is 1850. All right, so that's gonna, and then I'm dividing it by 2. So this will go here, and then that will go here. That will go here. Okay. Why did I divide it by 2 twice? Okay, let me undo all that. Okay, so let me hook it up here. Desired ballast can be... no. Okay, so desired ballast is the total. All right, let me figure this out really quick. Okay, so let me check. All right, so the maximum ballast I want in each tank is 1859. So the most the PID can take, so let me put it here. That will limit that to 1850 there. And then I want to subtract that from that, gives me what? That's my cross flow valve. So let's just go there as well. Wherever this 2-by expression goes, I want to put this in here. Okay, so let's go there. This goes here, and then this goes here. Okay, so this should limit me to 1850 a side on ballast. Okay, let me spawn this. If I need to make, I might need to accommodate more ballast. So what I want to do is make sure I can't let my ballast tanks get to maximum if I have the airlock full of water, because I can't get it out and then I can't climb. So that's very important. So it's glad we found that out. Let's go ahead and let's dump in So what's that? That's 236, 3,700. That might not be enough to sink us. Let me just go 4,000. That's gonna should do 1,800 aside with that on anyway. So let's see if that sinks us. So we can easily fix this with adding some add some more mass. We can actually we need to move some mass as it is. You can see we're a little bit tail heavy. Okay, let's see if these go to 1850 and stop. Okay, they stopped. Okay, now let's do a test. Make sure. Now I should have no problem pumping out here because I'm not fighting water pressure, but you know, I'm gonna fly through this door and check the volume because I need this water to be able to pump back into the tank. So I need enough space in those tanks to accommodate this water. And what was happening was I filled this volume in here, and the tanks pumps more water in themselves because I put a number in larger than that. I should have just limited the number, but okay, so they're at 1835. Yeah, this is an issue. I did it again. I'm not going to be able to no, they're good. That should give me enough water to accommodate it. I'm gonna have to think of this when I'm not tired. Let's go ahead and try to empty that volume. It will empty here because there's no water pressure. So, or it should. There's no water pressure really. Okay, that's dropping. So I just need to do the math, and I'm not gonna do it now. But yep. So that's filling it back in. So I need to just leave enough space that I can get that water back in there. Yeah, so it's right now it's not accounting for that. So what I should have done here is let me do one more test and then I'll end it. I know it's a long video, but I'm trying to get through some of this. So okay, so what I want here is my desired ballast here. So where I had these two expressions, I'm going to reconnect them. Or these two functions. I keep saying expressions, two functions. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to limit this. So I'm going to set a clamp here at desired ballast, which is what I should have done from the start. Double that number. So that needs to be, I'm just going to do it with calc so I don't screw it up. Because I'm tired. 1850 times 2 is 3,700. Okay, that's what I thought it was. 3,700. 3,700. And then I'm going to take that, like that. And I'm going to go up here. All right, so let me walk through and see if this works. Okay, so the maximum I can fill this is to 3,700. I'm going to divide that by 2. That's going to give me a value of this. Okay, so I need to add, what I need to do is add this to, okay, subtract. Okay, so the problem here is I need to add this value to, so that's going to give me 3,700. That's going to divide it by 2. That's fine. So what I'm still missing here is I need to essentially add whatever I put in that ballast tank to 50% of the central tank in order to tell me, you know, how much it can do. So that's fine. That's pretty easy to do. Let's go add. All right, so I need to add this. No. I don't want to add desired ballast. Oh, Christ. I'm having problems now. Okay, set point. It's a set point problem. I'm sorry, it's a process variable problem. Set point's fine. It's a process variable that needs to be fixed. Okay, so I'm going to take exterior meter times 2. Okay, so what I want to do is add. I need to add the interior, the airlock. Where is the airlock meter? Here's the airlock meter. Okay, so I need to add the airlock meter. I need to add 50% of the airlock meter to each of the ballast tanks to give me the maximum. And then I don't need that limit anymore. I need a different limit. Airlock here, divided by 2. X divided by 2. So that's going to be 50% of the airlock volume. Needs to be added to the desired ballast number. Times, divided by 2 to give me that. Okay, so that should hopefully add it up right. And then this can be, what was it, 2640? 2640 times 2. 5280. So this should be 5280 now. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's only going to allow me to put in so much water as whatever half of the airlock plus that. So that's going to go there, divided by 2. Add that to there, and then this goes there. Okay, that's what I need. I know it's convoluted. I'm not explaining it well. So that's half of the airlock volume there. And then I need to add that to this number here. And then that is going to go as my set point. Let me make sure this works numbers wise. All right, so now what it's doing is it's accounting for how much ballast I can put in. It's going to automatically reduce my ballast, which get in there. Okay, so let's go. What was the number? 5280. 5280. Let's go max ballast. Okay, so that's filling. All right, so when it pumps out of the tanks, it should tell this. When it pumps into the airlock, it should tell this, hey, you're still full. Don't put any more water in there, because we'll never get that water out at low depths. All right, so let's pump these all the way up. They should go up to 2640. All right, so they're around 2640. That's fine. Let's open this up. I want to fill this up. And I'm going to get out of here. And this should empty. Not fill. Why is it filling? Okay, it's not. It's not filling. Okay, it's just saying ballast in, but it's not actually filling it. So see, these should never go above 2640. Because it's adding those together. I hope. Fly in here and see what let me see what the numbers are. See if my math is screwed up again. Wouldn't surprise me. If this says 2640, I screwed it up. Yeah. No, it says 20. Yeah, I think it's screwed up. It's screwed up. So why? Okay, let's go in here. This will work if I'm up here, but I need it to add that up. So I need to go through the math when I'm not tired and figure this out. Okay, that's draining. It's going to drain very slowly because it's going to send a signal to this, I think, to drain it. Okay. All right, so I need to fix this. Let me save it. It's no longer broken that way. It needs ballast work. Okay, and I'll write a note to myself to do that. All right, so I think we're going to end it there.